Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantity VTF here, T3 Live with this week's market wrap-up, which is also the monthly wrap-up. And let's take a look. What happened? Let's go to the monthly. What did I tell you? Back and forth as we form what? Inside month. Bulls wrong, bears wrong. Rob right, inside month. So, so we got that. So what does that mean? That means we form an equilibrium coming into the end of the year. So the question is, how do we get out of this? How do we take out this month's range? If we do it to the downside and try and get measured move debacle out of that, or start climbing our way back up. So until we get out of here, we can expect this back and forth like we've had. And so if you go to the daily, all right, you'll see this. Oh, want to see what back and forth looks like? Here, weekly. Can we expect that? We can. Did it happen? It did. Right? And that's how you form. This is why you don't want to trade an inside bar. Now, in the case of the futures, the bar's big enough, right, where there's enough movement. You just got to know you got to cut and run. Anytime you take out any highs, you're going to reverse back down. Oh, we're going to the lows. No, we're not. We're going right back up. So we got to get outside of there. The QQQ, here, let me move this over here for a second. The QQQ was not so fortunate and actually did make a lower low, right? So the good part about that is what's the next two? Which side do you take out next? Your hammer, can you take that out and then go compound outside bar of this, right? So that's what we'll be looking at there. If you go to the diamonds, inside month dead in the middle. How are you going to get out of there, right? So we got the potential of an inside month to start off the new year, which would be very interesting, but we got a whole month to go here, so we'll see. If you go to the small cappers, also an inside month. FAS, inside month, so it wasn't financials taking us down. And so if you go back to old school Dow theory and say, all right, with the diamonds, if everybody's going down, they should all be going down, all three. And here's utilities. Utilities actually going out on the highs of the month, right? So no problem there because they kept hiding over there with XLP to a certain extent, all right? VNQ REITs. Here, going out on the highs of the month, so they're still hiding in some yield, right? So they're not jumping ship on the U.S. market just yet. But if they are, we're going to have to see those inside months break. And how about the transports? Transports are up on the month, but inside month. So you still got to get outside of there. So after all the Hammond and Hahn, there was just some high flyer debacles that really got the news. And so just like here when we had the October debacle on the weeklies, in the SPY, remember this outside bar range expansion of the expansion, 3-2 down, right? Remember that one, QQQ. Also on the weekly did the same thing, diamonds. Here, outside and then down, and small cappers when we really got hammered. You might recall that, and small cappers weren't that, small cappers did the daily to start off the month here, outside up into here, if you remember that, and that gave us the inside month to the downside in October for the slammer here. This is why we watch these inside bars, right? So we got that. So now we're inside again. So those 3-2s really were some of the places you wanted to be this month. If we take a look here, who went 3-2 down on the month? Apple. Puke, right? So GE. Crude oil. I think that's all you really needed, right? To get for some good pummeling, and so that's why you want to pay attention to that. So we're going to look at the inside months, the outside months. Be aware of that we're coming into the end of the year, and how is this going to set up for January, more importantly, right? Because we're coming into exhaustion month, end of the year. SMH. Inside month here, that could tell a few tales. How's XLK? I think XLK went with the Qs. Yeah, XLK went with the Qs, but SMH, semis. Right? How do we get out of this? That's something we're going to want to know about. So if we go through there, you're going to see stuff like AMD, inside month, you've got MU, right? Because if you look at stuff like an NVIDIA or an Apple or whatever, NVIDIA, how you not going to be inside month for December, right? You have to take out this range, and you're nowhere near either of it. Like I said, even in here, we could have spent years in there, but how are you going to get outside of something like that, right? Not going to be very easy. And so you can still look for the shorter term stuff. You just have to be aware of that. So like here, when they go 2 down and then 2 back in the upper direction, that's a weekly reversal, and that would have to continue, right? So there's stuff like that. We've also got, let's see, what else do we have on the inside monthers? it's going to be massive, and I make that in the weekend video, and you can see the old triangle becomes support. Won't talk about that right now. You got the Bank of America going inside month. You've got Intel, barely. Twitter, as ugly as it start to get, still inside month. Cisco, there. Let's see. I mean, it's massive. I got my scan up here, and it's just massive. And it's going to have everything's going to have to get out of here. J.P. Morgan. All right, and so we can expect still this chop until at least any one of these sides gets taken out. If you go to the trannies, you got American Airlines inside. And you can see getting towards the highs. Just doing a little scan for Fawn Utex in the Dow. Here, closer to the downside. Cat Tractor in the Dow. Closer to taking out the upside, but you have to remember that even though they're close to taking this out, you got to get outside of these mother bars. And until you do that, we can have to be very aware of every new week, every new day, every new 60-minute, because we can expect this back and forth like we've seen. So that's going to do it. We had Bitcoin down to 4,000, so that was getting crushed. And yeah, so that's the tail of the tape is going to be how do we get outside of these inside months? Do we have a simultaneous break where they all break in the same direction and get a big move? Right, or do we get a head fake, take them out a little bit, and then go rev strat back the other way to start in January? So all this stuff going to be real interesting, because when I get to the end of the year, if you're not aware of it, I do a macro list every month, and we have new yearly charts, right, and new quarterly charts. And that can really help you to know where you want to be all year for stuff like Sarepta was inside year and up at over 57. Right, and you can see this at 130 before we get this stuff in here. But we knew once you're stuck in a mother bar like this thing, we can expect reversals, and we got it right on the beginning of the quarter, and then you had your outside month, so you could go the other way. But I do that, make the year inside years, and you have right now you got Teslas and inside years. A little heads up. And the quarterly, so you might want to check that out. Also, Tuesdays, 1 hour after the close on the T3 Live YouTube, I do the Wheels in Motion show where I talk about the signals that are in force for the week that we can look for continuations. And T3 Live Facebook page, Monday through Thursday, halftime show, 12:30 Eastern, and I just pop on for a few minutes and I show you exactly what we're looking at coming into the afternoon. So I'm trying to get you where you need to be. All right, inside month it is. So what's the next two? Which side do we take out? Well, we're going to find out. It might not be next week, but we'll see. We'll see what comes out of Argentina. All right, that's going to do it for this week. I hope everybody had a great week. Has an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantity VTF here at T3 Live with this week's Market Wrap-Up.